And welcome back to E3 coverage. Post-show. Microsoft.
Did we become that aerobics thing?
Yeah.
It's
Like 5 more minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
so obviously, very exciting. As you can see, we had 42 games, and we got a price reveal. $4.99 for the price, so Jeff Keighley was right, and $42 or 42 games at the showcase, so Kiefer Sutherland was right.
The name was wrong.
The name was wrong.
Not Xbox Scorpio.
Xbox One X.
Which is probably stupider than it
really
could have
bad.
been.
You know, I prefer One X over Scorpio, but it's definitely not.
Yeah.
a good
Oh yeah,
game.
it's still Xbox.
Well, because we were talking about before the show. I was like, Xbox One Scorpio is like,
not
but
bad.
it's so much better than Xbox One. I was like, what if they do like an Xbox One 2 or something? And they just went, we're Xbox One X. Because, you know, we totally needed that. Wow, that was classic, John. So let's go through the list of the games that we saw.
Okay.
Just start.
So
at
I
the
have
top.
them all. I have them all right here.
I almost love every single game.
We
here.
started off with Forza, into Metro Exodus, Assassin's Creed Origins, Players Unknown's Battlegrounds on consoles, Deep Rock Galactic, State of Decay 2, The Darwin Project, lame, I put in parentheses, crossplay on Minecraft, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Black Desert MMORPG, The Last Night, The Artful Escape, Code Vein, Sea of Thieves, Tacoma, Super Lucky's Tale, Cuphead, Crackdown 3. There's the Indie Game Showcase.
A bunch of them, like for 20 or something.
And then Ashen, Life is Strange, Before the Storm, Middle Earth, Shadow of War,
Life is Strange Bulletstorm.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps, backwards compatibility on all the original Xbox games.
Crimson Angels was it?
Crimson Skies.
Crimson Skies was the one.
And then Anthem.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about, I guess, our top one or two things. For me,
Okay.
Metro Exodus.
One or two.
Yeah. Well, okay.
One or
There was a
two.
lot. There was a lot.
We can say
good-
three
I'm
max.
saying good things. I'm
Yeah,
saying
good
good
things.
things.
Let's do three, please.
All right,
Please.
top three good things.
Okay,
All right.
good, thank you.
Metro Exodus was one of mine. That was a huge shock for me. Very, very excited about it. Very, as much as I am
excited.
shocked. I hope it's coming sooner rather than later in terms of like it doesn't get pushed back or anything. But just excited to hear that announcement.
That was slated for 2018.
Yeah, the other big thing for me, the cross-play, I think a lot of us are underplaying how significant that is. Not that it's Minecraft or
Not
anything.
for Minecraft, but crossplay in general.
Yeah, so Rocket League has been trying for months now. We had talked about it on the show before, actually, that they have it set up so that PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One can all play together on this. And basically the only thing they were waiting for was the go-ahead from Sony. So now that Minecraft is waiting on, wow, that was interesting. You just stole his water. Now that Minecraft is going cross-platform, my guess is that they have to have approval from everybody.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll find out later that PS4 actually isn't a part of it. But if they are,
Did we get confirmed
is
that it
huge.
was between PS4 and Xbox? Or
I
was it
didn't.
just
I
console
didn't see
too?
a
It said
PS4. I think it might have
consoles.
been there on
Yeah.
the side. So I don't know.
Could've
There was
just-
iPad and iPhone and stuff in there.
Yeah.
So that was interesting
I
enough.
mean, they showed the Switch.
And VR as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah.
so finally
They had
the
but
updates.
Switch isn't a direct competitor to Microsoft.
Yeah.
Nobody sees Nintendo as a direct competitor anymore.
Yeah,
Nintendo,
that's
no,
true.
I mean Nintendo is the
Rift
secondary console. Like, if you're a hardcore gamer, you're not getting that as your main console. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. It's still the Switch is still selling
Reggie was
much
watching our
better
stream
than we
and he just
thought.
turned it off.
Yeah, I mean,
Bye, Reggie.
the Switch is still selling much more than we thought, but it's
love
great. And then the other big thing for me was the Ori and the Blind Forest sequel. That looks
The Will of the
fantastic.
Wisps.
Yeah. And then one more. I forget the name of it, but whatever that game was that was like really really cute. That I had like the awkward reactions.
What was that game?
That was Super Lucky's Tale.
Super Lucky's Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that looks cool for me. What about you,
Tristan?
Tristan?
Yeah. Oh, my keys
How about Brandon go first? Then
Okay, that's
I have to
Ooh,
think
let
about
me
this.
tell you.
How about John go first?
Here.
You don't know?
Let's start on the outsides and work in.
Okay.
So we start with the biggest girth, going to the
Yeah.
smallest.
Yeah,
So I'm not.
If you
there
need
was-
the list.
Yeah, thank you. There were a couple that I already knew about. I'm still very excited for, like Shadow of War. I'm not gonna mention those. My three that were surprises. Life is Strange. That's probably my number one. I'm
Yeah,
very,
that
very,
was
very
huge.
excited for that. I really, really
Are
like
we sure
Life is
that wasn't
Strange.
Life is Strange 2?
I'm pretty
That was
sure.
prequel. That was a prequel.
Like, because you know how they're coming out with a new Life is Strange? Are we sure that wasn't
No,
Life is Strange 2?
because Life is
or this
Strange
separate?
2.
This is separate.
Life is Strange 2 that official name got announced.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that's supposed to be another 5-episode.
Which
Man,
is
this
why
is-
I'm so
this is
excited for
huge,
this.
too.
It's a thing I did not expect at all. I didn't know we were getting this kind of story, especially Chloe's story. There's probably not going to be a lot of supernatural stuff in it, which I'm fine with
Yeah.
because Chloe's a great character. We saw Rachel Amber. I'm going to cry.
Amber.
That was good. Metro, I don't really know if I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting it here and
Yeah.
now. So I can say that. And then the other one, what was the other one I liked?
Code Vein?
Let's all just.
I like Covain and I like Artful Escape.
Yeah, Artful Escape.
I'm excited for Artful Escape. It looked pretty fun, so I'm excited for that. Code Vein, though, you got the Dark Souls vampires animes. I like that.
Brando.
Brando
Ooh, let me tell you, Anthem, but I was already excited about Anthem. It looks really cool.
Looks really
Kind of
cool.
makes me think of Lost Planet, like the snow one.
But actually good.
But
Actually
good.
good. Yeah,
And
a real
it's
game.
BioWare, so like the previous, like Edmonton, you know they can make.
And because they're in Max, no facial animations.
Yeah.
We don't need them anymore.
Shout out to
and
you.
We did see the facial
We
animations.
did see
though.
Yeah.
So this was BioWare Edmonton though, so you know they make good games. They made the original trilogy. Then there was what was it? Cuphead.
Cuphead.
Finally,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
the Lord.
Cuphead.
Shooting lasers.
September
with fingers.
29th.
Yes. And The Given, Metro. But my other one was The Last Night.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
looked
So
yeah.
we've
really
all
cool.
actually said
Yeah.
4 instead of 3 now.
Well,
That
that's
are
fine.
top.
We can
So
say
Tristan,
But
give us
Metro's
your
a given. I
give
feel
us
like
your
everybody's
top
gonna say
3
Look,
plus
I
1.
will,
Yeah,
I
go
will
for it.
put my input on my favorite games that are on this list. Now, Metro Exodus, dude, that looked pretty sweet.
They look
Yes.
pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Metro.
Pretty sweet. I think it's a
so
big one for all
excited.
of us.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be open world? You know, like.
Yeah,
I
or is it
wouldn't
gonna be
mind
like
if it was, but
open
like,
but directed like,
You think
like
it's
it was in
gonna-
the other ones?
No,
do you think they could pull it off like a Metro
way.
that's open world?
no way.
There was a big map in his.
There was a big
Yeah.
map.
Yeah,
It looked
Maybe.
like Far
You-
Cry, maybe.
you can
Far Cry
explore like the entire
stylish.
town and stuff,
Maybe.
and probably just move on.
I don't
train.
care because I mean it's just like Metro for me. It was always a linear based game.
Mhm.
Like you had some environments to
Yeah,
explore
it was
or
like
whatever.
what they described last night was open but directed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Uncharted 4 did the same type of thing where they gave you that open space, but you were still going in the same direction. Like,
Yeah.
There was levels.
yeah, it's not Max Payne 3 where you're literally in a hallway every time,
Mhm.
but you know.
Yeah. Anything else you're excited about?
Let's see. I'm pretty excited to see Dragon Ball Fighter Z. It's probably
That
like
was intense.
they didn't like say.
I thought I was gonna have an epileptic attack. I don't know. That was a
I
lot.
think the same company that made Guilty Gear is making the game too,
Really?
which
Oh,
is
wow.
why it looks the way
Yeah.
it does. So I'm
stuff.
kind of getting hyped for that.
Getting hyped for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And let's see what else we got here.
They had a lot of stuff, man.
What was last night again?
That was like the 3D environments with like the 32-bit
Oh, yeah,
characters.
yeah. That was cool.
Or 16-bit, whatever.
Yeah. 84-bit.
And
That was really cool. What
now,
else?
the Sea of Thieves look pretty cool.
Sea of Threes.
I-
Sea of Threes look pretty
Sea of
cool.
Threes. I
Sea
mean,
of
we were
Threes look pretty cool.
we were super hyped about that last
3 on
year.
land, 1 in the ship.
Yeah.
Sea of Threes.
So we've gone through the ones we liked. How about we go through the one they really don't care about, or the one they don't
I
wanna
mean,
see?
like,
I'd actually
there were,
like this.
here's the thing. I'm not gonna shit on any games before
No.
I've really seen it or anything.
No.
The big thing that
Dude, you didn't even mention Tacoma. Just sorry to
no,
interrupt
I know.
you.
Well, that's a given
well,
for you.
I mean, I ranted and raved about. Here's the thing: Tacoma, developed by Fulbright Studios, the same people who did Gone Home.
I really
Gone
like Gone
Home
Home.
was a 2-hour game that a lot of people complain about because they're like, it's 2 hours. That's some of the best 2 hours of game that you can get, honestly.
Yeah.
So if you haven't played Gone Home, definitely go play it. And Tacoma has just been in limbo for quite some time. And they've constantly given updates on like, oh, hey, we're working on it, we're working on it.
I
We're
always
working on
like
it.
seeing a project. come
Finally,
back
we're
from
seeing
August 2nd.
August, and that is, I know it's not a console exclusive, but it's coming first to Xbox. I believe there's going to be a year of exclusivity, so I may have to either borrow somebody's Xbox, or if it's coming to Windows 10 PC, buy it there
Yeah.
instead of my PlayStation 4.
Definitely.
But yeah, so I'm very excited about that. The thing, once again, though, it's pretty obvious for me that's a detractor
Oh,
from
yeah.
this is well, 2 things: $4.99. Console
Yeah.
players do
Yeah.
not buy consoles
That's super
that
true.
expensive. At that point, buy a PC.
You
Um,
would.
Number 2 is all of these games are not truly exclusive. Not a single one of these games is truly exclusive. There might be timed exclusivity to where they're on Xbox before they're on PS4. There might be exclusivity where they're on PC and only Xbox and not on PS4. But every game is either available on Xbox just first and it'll be on another platform later, or it's available on Xbox and another platform already. There is not a single game that was, hey, this is Xbox One X or Xbox One S and X exclusive to the point of where I can't play it eventually on another system. And that is not encouraging anyone to buy this.
That's completely true because we talked about before. Besides like Game Showcase, which obviously they kind of outdid themselves there.
Yeah.
We talked
Yeah.
about the price, and we talked about is the reason to buy the console. The price, you're right. It's a little too high, I
Steep.
think. I figured it was going to be around here, but I still think it's too high. They didn't do a good job with the price, showcasing what the thing can actually do.
Yeah.
They showed a lot of pretty graphics. They didn't show
They
what
talked
DDR5
about specs for 12 minutes.
Yeah, they didn't show what DDR5 memory is.
Yeah.
They don't tell you what 7 trillion, conductors or whatever does.
Well, because
transistors, yeah.
console players don't care.
They don't
console
care.
players come for, hey, here's a simple UI
Right.
that will allow you to just jump into games, which Xbox One didn't have, by the
Right.
way.
But that's
the most
a-
complicated
That's
system
what you
UI
would
I've
think.
ever seen.
Like they would showcase saying, okay, it has 32 gigabytes or whatever of DDR5 memory. Here's what that can do. It has 4K display. Here's what that can do. It has HDR. Here's what that can do versus Sony or just a regular
Yeah.
computer. They didn't do that. They said once again that they've done every year so far since the Xbox One got released. It can do this. Figure it out yourselves what it means. You should already know what it means. And then for the reason to buy it, you're right. Every game we saw is going to be on a completely different console or it's going to be on a computer that a lot of people already have. So there's not a lot of reason to buy an Xbox One X. There's just not.
Yeah,
That's
Jeff Keighley tweeted out, vast conspiracy can be put to rest, and you can now withdraw your petitions and protest. Xbox One X is $499, just like I told you this morning.
You can rescind your petition to sue. me.
Keighley update.
Yeah, so
I mean, do you guys think there's any in the middle, stuck in the middle with you? Do you think there's any reason to buy an Xbox One X?
I mean, I don't know if the Xbox One X is like $500 worth to play Xbox original games.
Right.
here's who the Xbox One X is for, from what they've marketed. This may not be their goal, but this is who it's for.
Jimmy No Feet, the
It's for
12-year-old?
it's for people who maybe you have a Nintendo Switch. You're like, I want to get into PC gaming or harder core console gaming, right? But I don't have $750 to spend
Or
on
maybe I don't have the know-how
yeah.
to build a PC.
I don't have the know-how to build a PC. I still want that console architecture, but I want to play these games. $500 seems a little bit steep, but I still want a console. That's who this is for, and that is a very, very, very niche
Yeah,
market.
niche market.
And I think they're
It's
really
the very casual gamer.
and
yeah.
this is the thing
People
for
that
me.
have laptops.
Yeah.
It's I mean
Or
we've
mobile.
gotten to the point where when you have the PS4 available for $250, you have the PS4 Pro available for $400, right? And I can imagine the PS4 Pro is going to get a price drop by the time this comes out. I honestly see them doing like a $349 thing, or
Possibly.
at least bundling it in with more games. And also the fact of to truly get the experience out of this console, you're going to need a 4K TV. That's another added thing onto it. Not everybody
they
has a
did say,
4K
like-
TV.
like
Just get an
Up-res
Xbox
and-
One.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At that
upgraded
Up-res for 1080p.
Yeah.
But honestly,
even like improved 1080p.
if graphics aren't your full thing, why?
Yeah.
If graphics aren't your full thing, why are you?
In case you couldn't
Inclined.
hear it, the basic sum up of Logan said was bleh bleh Xbox bad.
TLDR, not worth it, bro.
But I mean, like I just thought about
Trying to
this.
find my cup holder without looking.
Has there been any other console that's been like $500?
I mean, another niche it could be trying to fill is like kind of more hardcore college students and stuff who are looking to get into like higher quality gaming and everything like that. Instead of spending an extra $200 on a PC that you gotta build yourself and then maintain yourself, you say, I'll just buy $500 Xbox. I don't gotta maintain it. I
With
gotta
that
build it.
liquid cooling in a
liquid
V
cooling.
shape.
Maybe
But
even someone
seriously.
who's just like ready to upgrade. They're just like, I'm done with my Xbox.
Yeah.
This is the first one. I bought this when the Xbox One was launched. I'm ready for an upgrade.
I'm ready to spend another $500.
Yeah.
There are people,
Ooh.
and then you have the hardcore crowd that always buy the new console as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, it's weird, like, because basically what we're saying is they're applying to a lot of niche markets, which may or may not work. They're not really going like mainstream. I mean, with these games, like they kind of are, but once again, they're on Windows 10, so they're, they're not
here's
really.
my feeling of what's going to happen
Wrap it.
tomorrow. Because
I'll
tomorrow,
wrap it out.
tomorrow we're going to see Sony's press conference. And last year the same thing happened where Xbox came out and they came out with like the backwards compatibility stuff, and I was like, wow, this was a great conference. Look at all these games. Look at all this awesome stuff coming out. And then Sony just came out like, Year of Dreams 2. Here's Crash Bandicoot. Here's Hideo Kojima.
It's
Here's
Hideo,
all this
he's
stuff.
flying.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like
Dreams too.
so like we saw
Hideo
this.
Kojima dropping like a bunch of games on
This
the
Microsoft
audience.
conference was like great, right? It wasn't
Yeah,
good.
it was really
it was
good. It was
great.
good.
But
It was
tomorrow, I feel like Sony's gonna come out and be like,
And just kill it.
here's orgasms for you as you're sitting down.
You get an orgasm.
No one,
I
has,
really
no one has
imagine
to
them
touch
just
you. It's just gonna happen. It's just
Let's
gonna
cut this
happen.
bit right now. But I really do see that happening.
No, I
really
do because there's just like this is good, but there's so many little things that they're just.
I
like,
think it was the same
oh.
thing last year, where like Xbox, they're like, oh, that was so impressive. You impressed us, Xbox. You did good. And then Sony was like, but did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just blow it out
And
of the water.
another thing I feel like is going to happen is that the Xbox One X is only going to help PS4 Pro, in my opinion, because hear me out. people will
hearing
be
you.
With
people
bated
will
breath.
be getting 4K TVs to play the Xbox One X, right?
Yeah.
That's where we're headed. That's where we're
That's
gonna
the
be
future.
eventually.
That's the
It was the future changing from composite to HDMI when
Maybe
we.
even HD to
Yeah.
1080 is the
So-
transition.
I believe the 4K transition is going to be expedited because of the Xbox One X. But at the same time, there's going to be sales on 4K TVs because they're going to be like, take advantage of the Xbox One X. You can buy a PS4 Pro and get the same kind of output with a much larger library and a much greater pool of players to play with.
I mean, and the other thing is, like with that, when HD went to 1080, video games also had the benefit of having home media and DVDs and TV go with them. Yeah. Right now, we're seeing that, but it's way, way slower than the HD to 1080p. So I don't know. I really don't know if Xbox and even PlayStation are strong enough to get that charge going.
This is the thing. I don't think PlayStation is at all worried about what they saw today.
Oh, no way.
Not in the
No way.
slightest.
Probably not.
Is Bethesda worried about what they saw today, though?
Why would they be worried?
Because they
All this
make-
means,
teasing.
all
I'm
this means
teasing
is
the
a more
next show.
powerful console. And here's the thing: until PlayStation releases their next console, cross-platform games are going to be held back anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to be held back by the PS4.
Yeah.
And so the most powerful game console ever isn't going to be taken fully advantage of anyway. And by the time you can fully take advantage of what the Xbox One X can do, PlayStation's going to come out next year with a more popular or more powerful system.
Any last thoughts for Microsoft?
Really,
Last thoughts on a grade?
There was no Call of Duty. I was very disappointed.
Let's do stars rating.
Oh, we're doing stars now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5.
4.5 stars.
I liked it.
Logan?
I really
3.5
enjoyed it.
out of 5.
Tristan?
Just straight up 4, whatever.
4. I'd give it 4. Yeah.
I really enjoyed that conference.
It was
There's
good.
a lot of stuff that I
It was really good,
liked.
straightforward, good and everything.
Disappointed that the actual name
Yeah.
isn't Scorpio.
Oh, but Metro. Oh,
I thought you
Metro.
hate Scorpio,
But so
Logan. I thought you hated
exciting
Scorpio.
games, not really exciting console for
Yeah.
me. But
This has been Birds of Play E3 coverage for the
It's
Microsoft conference. If you're watching at home on YouTube, check out the Twitch stream for the next 2 days and tonight even in 6 hours. We're gonna be here
stop
for
mentioning the
Bethesda.
Twitch stream. We'll link it. It's fine.
This Microsoft Xbox stream is
Not
over
Agents of
though.
Mayhem right now.
We
Yep.
will.
Josh Tyler McCrone
Brandon Diaz.
Tristan Reyes.
Logan and Steph.
signing off for the first time in a long time.
It's been a while.